Hare Rama Krishna, Hare Rama Krishna, Hare Rama Krishna. Namaskar, friends. Today we will discuss in detail about Rahu and Ketu, what these planets are, what these Chaya Grahas are, and their placement in the chart, in transit as well as natal chart. What does it signify in your life? So let us begin with all the significations, all that what Rahu and Ketu means. So Rahu and Ketu, they are basically a single body. They are part of the Rahu is basically, it is Asura Swarabhanu, whose head was severed by Narayan himself because he was trying to steal the Amrit from Devas. So his head was severed using Sudarshan Chakra, and the head became Rahu, and the tail, the body, rest all the torso, it became Ketu. And since it has taken some Amrita, some nectar, so that's why it became immortal. And it is the only Asura who is alive. And because of this one Asura, the whole world is in chaos. In fact, we take birth because of this Asura, because of this deep desire that Rahu represents. Now, let us understand what other meanings of it are and how it is connected to our past life, how it is connected to our obsessions, our thinking, our desires in the current life. So, for Rahu, you see the symbology. The head is over here with Rahu, and the entire body without the head, the headless part, is there, is symbolized for Ketu. So Rahu represents opportunity, and Ketu represents what you have. Okay, so understand it like this: Rahu is the thing for which you are born, and Ketu is something that you have already done a lot in your last life. Ketu is something. Ketu is also called flag. Okay, something which is a flagship for you. So Ketu is the flagship, something that you have worked a lot in your last life. So wherever Ketu is there in your chart, that area you have enjoyed a lot in your life, in your past life. That area you have experienced a lot in your life. So what is the point over here? So if you experience something a lot, then you basically desire something else. Okay, you get bored of doing it and you desire something else. And that desire of something else lets you take another birth. So what you are desiring becomes Rahu, and what you have experienced becomes Ketu. And what you desired, for which you have taken the birth, that's something that basically brings opportunity for you. Because after all, this world is actually for you. It is your own creation. The world is here for you to enjoy all the facets of life. Sometimes you become the temple priest, and sometimes you work as a mafia. And when you get bored of doing that thing, you desire something else, and then you take birth and enjoy your life like that. Now, in fact, okay, there is a small story that comes to my mind when I talk about this thing. So there was a temple priest, and there was a lady in the brothel, and they both died. And surprisingly, the temple priest, he went to hell, and the lady who worked, the prostitute in from brothel, she went to heaven. And somebody was asked to explain why this happened. So the explanation for that was the lady who used to work in the brothel, right opposite to that was a temple, and she was, whenever she was doing her business or like in her routine, she was always think of what a divine place is temple. People would be having so much peaceful life in the temple. They are uh, it is so much better than what I have. I wish I could be a priest. I wish I could be there in that temple, as graceful a place like a temple instead of this hellish place, which is the brothel. And on the contrary, the temple priest, even though he was praying to God, he was continuously thinking about the brothel, that I'm trapped in this monotonous life every day, morning, evening, doing these things and preaching good things. But deep down in my heart, he's thinking about going to a brothel to enjoy a bit of life. Now you'll see here, the person who is there in the temple is thinking about the brothel, and the person who is there in the brothel is thinking about the temple. Does it remind you of something? See, in the chart, Gemini and Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the ninth house of temple. Being in the temple, what he is desiring, the seventh house. Seventh house is third, which is the brothel, the place of making love. And the person who is making love, he's thinking about the ninth house, the temple. Okay, the same thing happens. It is not exactly the ninth house, not exactly the seventh house, that what you desire from your past life. But you see here, in your past life, you have worked, you have enjoyed a lot the thing which is there for Ketu. Okay, so Ketu's experience you bring to this life. Okay, and desire for Rahu gives you birth. So you find lot of opportunity. You find lot of opportunities for the Rashi where Rahu is placed. So always remember this dictum. And the thing with that is, if Ketu is something that you have worked so much in your last birth, that means uh, in this birth you will not experience it that much. There will be some lacking thing in this life, because this is something that you have already experienced a lot, and this is something that you naturally feel that, okay, I know this is not something that I want to experience. And that is also a kind of facade, that you think that, okay, you know a lot about this thing, you want to experience where Rahu is placed. So that's what Rahu and Ketu is. Okay, we'll touch base on other aspects of it in the next one. So you see, Rahu is the obsession and Ketu is the detachment. Rahu, earlier slide I told you that Rahu uh, is where our desires are, our opportunities are. Rahu is also where our obsession is. Why? The same reason. In the past birth, you were thinking a lot, you were doing the things related to Ketu a lot, and you are desiring continuously for where the Rahu is. Okay, so when you take this birth, you immediately become obsessed with wherever Rahu is there. Okay, so Rahu, wherever it is placed, that area of life, you will be obsessed. You will be continuously thinking about enjoying or experiencing those aspects where Rahu is placed. And for Ketu, you will feel detachment. Why detachment? Why it shows detachment? Because you experienced a lot in your last life. That's why you feel detached. And if you do not realize that detachment on your own, then nature will come and it will detach you from there. Like if Ketu is there in the third house, you may have enjoyed a very good relationship with your younger brother, but in this life he will leave you. Okay, if you know your chart and you know Ketu is there in the third house, you will let him go away. If he's trying to go away from you, he will let him go away without crying. You'll be detached and you'll be reminded of uh, the fact that this Ketu placement means detachment from the third house related things, detachment from your younger brother. So it is your choice. Either you let things loose on your own, or let nature take it away from you and keep you crying. The thing is, you have to experience detachment. You have to let things related to Ketu go away, and you have to control your obsession for the Rahu's placement, because uh, yeah, it's natural that you'll be obsessed for that, for those things. But again, life is all about balancing. Rahu, what you get, Ketu, what you leave. Okay. Rahu is something that you naturally get. Okay. You see here, previously we heard that, okay, it's a place where opportunity is there, it's a place where obsession is there. So naturally, if obsession is there and you have the opportunity also in that area, naturally you will get that thing in life. Okay. This is what you will get naturally, easily you will get. Those things will come and they will give it to you automatically. Nature is there to give you those things, and Ketu is the place that you have to give or you have to leave. You have to naturally leave those things, or those things will leave you naturally. Don't hold on to things where Ketu is there, and catch hold of things where Rahu is there. Rahu, it'll, even if you don't catch, it'll come. Even if you don't leave, it'll go away. So if you can be in a balanced state, sukhe dukhe samay kritva labha labho jaya jay. Whatever happens, just be in the middle ground. Just know this thing in your life. That these are the things which will naturally come, and these are the things which will naturally leave. That will make your life simpler. Now, Rahu is something who gives you, and Ketu is something who takes you. Now, this becomes interesting now how you analyze your relationship with others. Look for the placement where Rahu is there. Those people who have moon over there, those people who have Lagna over there, they will come to your life and they will give you something. They will always give you something. Ketu is something who takes. Wherever moon is there in your chart, wherever Ketu is there, those people who have moon in that area, those people who have Lagna in that place, they will come and take away things from you. Got it? For example, suppose your Rahu is placed in Gemini. Then, if any person you meet with Gemini moon, any person you meet with Gemini Lagna, whenever he comes to your life, be sure he will come and he will give you something. He will not take away from you. Ketu is opposite. If your Ketu is there in Sagittarius, if somebody comes to your life with Sagittarius as the moon, then he will take something from you. He will always desire something from you. He will not give you anything. Similarly, the Lagna, if Sagittarius is there, then he will also take things from you. Why so? It is exactly opposite of what you can map it out to whatever we said so far. In the past birth, those are the people to whom you have given. These Rahu people, these are the people to whom you have given. When this birth comes, they will come and return you. And Ketu is where you have taken things from them. And in this birth, they have come to take things from you. Okay. Okay. Rahu is the wrong information, and Ketu is too much information. So, Rahu, wrong information means what? It is like an illusion. Rahu, wherever is placed, it will give you illusion. You will have your own understanding about that thing, and that could be wrong also. It may not be according to what others believe. You are like, it's a kind of illusion in which you are. Like, suppose Rahu is there in the ninth house, you will have a different understanding of the religion. You will think of uh, a different perspective altogether, which could be wrong. Could be your sense of righteousness could be wrong. Whatever you think righteous, moral, is totally different from others think what is moral and what is righteous. So that kind of wrong information is there wherever Rahu is placed, wherever house Rahu is placed. Ketu on the other hand, gives you too much information. You know a lot about those things because you have done, experienced, enjoyed, had a lot of information about that thing in the past life. So in this life, you feel like you know a lot about that area. And when you know a lot about that area, you tend to overlook something. And when you tend to overlook something, that's where you make mistakes. That's why Ketu is for mistakes, because you are so much, what is that word? Complacent with that area that you make mistakes. It is like uh, when you drive back home, like you go to office, come back to office, that is so many times you have frequented that place, that area, that almost with your closed eyes you can take turns and something. And that's where the problem comes. If on that day some digging work is going on, and being complacent, you basically make a mistake and some kind of accident happens. So that's the thing. Ketu is too much information that you become complacent. Rahu is wrong information or something alternate information. So if Ketu is there, what will happen? Uh, you may get you get the your diagnosis report, your medical report, but you tend to overlook some parameters. You will think of some other parameter which is not important, and that's where you make a mistake and you misdiagnose. If Rahu is there, you may get medical report of somebody else, or you may get the fabricated medical report. The person who generated that report, he fabricated it. He did not even test it. Okay, so that kind of deception is there over there. With Ketu, you get the right report, uh, but like you, Rahu is the darkness where light is not there, so that you do not see what is placed over there. It's like it's like in a room there are furnitures, there are articles, but when light is not there, you will not be able to see anything. So Rahu is like that. Behind the reality, like in front of reality, there is a veil of darkness, and because of that darkness, you cannot see what is reality. So wherever Rahu is placed, you will not be able to understand reality of that thing. Whether it means your relationship, if ninth house is there, you will not understand the reality of your father, reality of your guru, reality of the religion. Whatever area Rahu represents, that reality will be veiled because of darkness. Wherever Ketu is there, it's like too much light. Okay, just like too much information, there is too much light, and that light is so much so that uh, like in the extreme sunlight, you will not be able to see something. If there is a lot of light falling on your eyes, you will not be able to see things, and this is because of the extreme light. So the same thing happens for Ketu also. For Rahu, it is absence of light. For Ketu, it is too much light. And Rahu, you can also like from the person's name itself, you can understand that this thing, like if some letters are repeating, like Dadda. Okay, now in this you see DD, two times it is repeating. Okay, so when the same letter repeats, that basically signifies Rahu. So if you know anybody, especially the first letter, like Pappu. Okay, so Papa, two times P came. So that basically repetition denotes Rahu. If anybody you know who has these two letters repeating, it should be the same letter which is repeating, then it basically activates Rahu in that person's chart. And if anybody has half letter, okay, that half letter denotes Ketu, because Ketu is half, the head is not there, okay, the life is not there, just the Ketu part, the body part is there, and that body without the life is actually that half part, like Prashant. So you see, half R is there, Trump, half R is there. So that half R actually activates Ketu, in the person's chart, and that can basically give a lot of information about that person. That um, suppose he's a Capricorn chart. Okay, in Capricorn chart, Ketu is the Badhaka, and if his name is Prashant, then he has activated Ketu. You will immediately understand that Ketu is giving the obstructions just because of the name. You see, Trump. Trump is what? T and half R. That half R in the beginning, it gives Ketu, it activates Ketu. And in Trump's chart, Ketu is there in the fourth house with Moon. The activation of Ketu does what? The person becomes sort of fanatic. He's too much obsessed with himself. He's not even thinking of others. That activates Ketu and gives the person a feeling of being almost like erratic person who can basically unreliable person who can take any decision. Today he can be your friend, tomorrow he'll be your enemy. Just by that name, you can imagine. But in that chart, you see where Ketu is placed. If Ketu would have been at good place, it would have been meant something else. Or even if his name, that half R would not have been there, it would have been better for him in the world. Much. Om Namo Narayana.